Welcome back. It's an exciting day. We're on our way to Winnipeg to go pick up our boat. We spent a good portion of the winter trying to find the right boat and the right deal for us. In the end, we picked out a perfect boat for us, so we're excited to go pick it up, and we'll show it off to you guys right away. Typical fashion for this year, it's trying to snow on us, but that can't dampen our excitement for the day. It can snow all at once today. We're going to get our boat, so it's a great day. Stay with us. We'll show it to you guys right away. Well, we made it back home. We wanted to do the reveal outside when we picked up the boat, but the weather just didn't cooperate. It was snowing and windy, and just wasn't a nice day to be outside. So we got it home. We got it in the garage here. It's a lot nicer in the garage, so we'll show you our boat here right now. Well, there she is. We got the Lund 1775 Adventure Sport. So we got it with the sport top there, the canopy on top. It's a great add-on. And got to come with the Minn Kota trolling motor. We'll kind of talk about all of those things as we get into the boat. We got the Lund trailer with it, and the Honda 100 horsepower outboard on it. So overall, we're super excited for our new boat. We'll get into it here, and we'll show you some of the reasons why we ended up choosing this boat. So we'll start with the sport top here. It comes right in and over, and we'll actually zip up and seal right up so that you have it closed in, which would probably be good if it's raining or some sleet out there, or depends what time of year you're fishing. But at the same time, if it's just kind of more for shade, it's got the nice feature. It's got Velcro up here, and that just sits up there, and you still can have access walk through to the front of the boat as you want. And then it folds down nice and easy and folds back down here. We'll show you that in a second, but it's a great feature, especially in the summer. You get the really hot days, and it'll give us some shade. And some days you'll need it and some days you won't, but it's great to have that option, and so we had that included with the boat. So we're excited to have that feature on this boat. It was one of the things we wanted, that and some of the other features like rod storage and fishability and things like that is what we wanted. And the sport top was one of them. And we'll kind of fold it down, and we'll show you what that looks like. It can fold down in two different ways and get it out of the way. We'll show you that right now. Well, we have it all folded down now. It folds down really quickly. Took us about a minute or so to get it down, and got the top all wrapped up in this cover here, so it stows away quite nicely and out of the way for travel if you're traveling down the lake, moving from spot to spot. You could leave it up. It's not going to hurt to leave it up. And but the only thing is here is it does kind of get in the way of your jump seats and part of your casting deck there. You lose part of that. But if you want it right out of the way, it's got these quick disconnects here, and you could have it out of your way there in a matter of seconds. Take it out of the boat if you wanted, and then you have your full casting deck or your access to your jump seats. So that's not an issue, but sure a great feature to have in the boat on those hot or rainy days. All right, and at the back of the boat here, we've got our Honda 100 horsepower. Honda's a bulletproof motor. It's one of the reasons why we went with a Honda. Plenty of power for this boat. I think Larry from AVO said it would go 40, 45 miles an hour. Take us a little while. We got to do the break-in period for the motor, so we can't be going too crazy for a little while, but it'll be plenty of power for us. And also back here, we've got the boarding ladder. Nice little feature. I think actually it's standard on most new boats now. Probably by law you need a boarding ladder, but it's nice. It's out of the way. You've got still access right to the back. You can still stand right back there, so it's not not in your way. Another nice feature on this boat is it's got the base there for a ski pylon. So if we want to pull the kids around, or the grandkids on tubes or whatever, because we got a lot of grandkids, so I'm sure we'll be taking them out for a few boat rides here and there, and they'll be loving that. We don't have the ski pylon yet, but I'm sure they're not that expensive, and we'll pick one of those up here in the near future. And then you have, when you have your seats folded down, you got jump seats here, I'll show you that in a second, but you've got a great casting deck, especially for Trish and I, and some of the adventures we go on. We like to chase big pike around some of the lakes and lake trout, and got a casting deck there, and then of course up at the front we'll have a casting deck, so it's a great spot for lots of room for tossing big baits, and we're not in each other's way. But the jump seats, if you don't need the casting deck, then you have the 2 jump seats, especially if we've got visitors with us in the boat. And they're nice, comfy seats. And underneath both seats, you've got storage. Well, this one is not, it's our battery storage. And so we've got a fairly big battery in there. And but that's also because I run the graph, like the Hummingbird off of that. I'll show you that in a minute. But I like a bigger battery, just so you're not worried about you know, running your battery down while you're running your graph all day. But you've got that. There's your battery storage. Under this one, you've got, you know, another storage cubby. It's fairly big. You know, we could throw odds and ends in there. Or also probably, I think that's big enough. Yeah, I could throw 4 or 5 tackle trays in there pretty easy. And fold those down. Then of course we've got a nice big live well here. Comes with a little bait net there, but no, it's nice and big. Be able to throw a few fish in there quite easily. And yes, we do keep fish. Everyone thinks we throw all our fish back, but from time to time we like a good fish fry, so that'll be nice to keep our walleyes nice and fresh. So that's the back of the boat, and we'll move up forward here in a second, but you know, the casting deck was one of the main things we wanted in the boat, as well as the ability to have extra people in the boat. So we kind of got the best of both worlds with that. All right, so up here in the captain's chair, we've got with it the Helix 9, and it's a unit I'm familiar with. I've had a Helix 9 before. This is the Gen 4, so it has the high def side imaging, down imaging, and all the bells and whistles with that. It's a great solid little unit, and I think if you look here, you probably enough room to put a 12-inch up here. Yeah, I think you could probably get away with that. It might be up close here to your tack and stuff, but I think you could squeeze one in there. With the ram mount here too, you could adjust it out and have it out more if you wanted. But I think you could get a 12-inch in here. But for now, the 9 is perfectly fine. And we've got with it also the stereo. It's a radio Bluetooth combo there, so you can hook your phone up to it with either Bluetooth, or I think here, yeah, I think you could hook your phone up through there as well. I'll have to read some more instructions to figure that part out. I'll let you know later on, but that's a nice option to have. And then the USB. And then you've got 12 volt here as well. That's nice to have. And then we've got, yeah, that's the lights there. So that's a nice option to have. You've got a light here at the back, and then you've got one at the front. And that's nice to have when you're, you know, early mornings or later at night if you're fishing a little later in the night. And we start fishing pretty early in the mornings a lot of times, so having that to set up the boat or get around in the boat will be perfect. And up front here we have our Minn Kota Terrova. I had a Terrova in the past on our other boat, and it was a really good trolling motor. It was bulletproof. I really had no issues with it at all. And it's the 80-pound 24-volt system. So we've got the 2 batteries we mentioned before, and usually with that you can go all day, no problem with that setup. And it's just one feature I like in this. The other one that I had didn't have it, and on the foot pedal it actually has your anchor, your spot lock there, as well as your autopilot, I think. Yeah, it shows autopilot there too. And that's something that I didn't have in my other Terrova, so I'm really happy that I have it on the foot pedal here, because one time I did have my remote act up, and then I wasn't able to obviously control my some of the features I wanted in the trolling motor. So with all those features, it'll come in real handy, and we're excited to test it out. We also got 3 of these. They're the Lund Sport Track, and we don't have anything on it yet, but they're really nice. You know, you slide them down wherever you want it. Usually it's for rod holders, and then you just lock it into place. It's awesome. The style we had in the other Lund that we had was very difficult. They weren't very nice. Trying to loosen them up was kind of obnoxious, but this here is nice. It's great. You just pull it up, move it where you want, lock it down. Perfect. So we just got to buy a couple rod holder mounts, and they'll just screw right into this piece here. And then of course you put in your rod holder and move it around the boat wherever you want. Lots of options. You can put tool holders, and you could mount to these. I've even seen a cutting board actually for bait that you can buy and mount to that, and just move it around, take it off if you don't want. If you don't want it there at all, like if you had like your tool thing in there, you know, it just pops up, take it out, and if you have whatever you have on there, you just throw it in your storage, and it's out of the way. So it's a great asset to this boat with that track there, and you can put in all kinds of different options. Another thing, I guess while I'm here, is you've got this recessed in, so that's nice, especially for, you know, getting near the edge of the boat if you're netting and things like that, where you're not stuck out far from the edge and leaning over this. You've got that, your toes can go underneath, and it's great for getting right close to the edge of the boat for whatever reason, netting fish or whatever you need to do, leaning over the side of the boat. It's a nice feature to have. And I'll go show the storage up front. There's like 2 big storage compartments up front, so we'll go take a look at that. We've got 2 big storage compartments. You store all kinds of stuff in here. And this one I think even goes right underneath all the way through to that side. I just got an extension cord in there right now. And then this side, same thing, big storage. And on this side here, I've got the travel cover, and it's the first time I've had this style of travel cover, and we really liked it. It was, we drove home, and it was kind of windy and rainy and a bit of snow mixed in, and it worked great, and it covers the boat really well, and it clips into the side. There's a track system on the side that just snaps in to that, and then there's a couple snaps at the front to hold the front down. And it's actually a really good cover. We only, you know, got to try it the once so far, but first impressions on the cover that comes with the boat are, it's really good quality. All right, we've got lots of storage with this boat as well, which is one of the things we liked. Like underneath each of the seats here, the driver's seat and the passenger seat, lots of storage underneath. On the sides all along, you've got storage, so there's room to throw different odds and ends, and probably rods in there if you wanted, or the light pole on both sides. You've got that under there as well. Lots of storage for different things. And then you've also got up front here on the passenger side, you've got this huge glove box, I guess it is, or storage area. I guess it's a glove box, but it's huge. Lots of storage in there. You can throw a small child in there. And then you've got cup holders here and there along, which is nice to have. Good option to have. And then one of the main things that I wanted in the boat, or we wanted, was good rod storage. And the Lund Adventure definitely has that, that's for sure. So in there you've got a spot for 10 rod holders, or 10 rods, sorry. And I think it's 7'5", so it won't fit a couple of my rods. I got a couple big pike muskie rods, so they won't fit in there, but the majority of our other rods will fit in there, and that's nice. It's great. You get them out of the way, and they're safely stowed in there. Also in there, we've got underneath there, I've got 2 batteries under there, and they stow away nice underneath that cover there. And then I've got a 3-bank charger there from Minn Kota. And that's the reason why I wanted 3-bank, is because I wanted to be able to charge the starting battery, because I run the graph off it sometimes all day. That graph is running, and if you're not careful, you can drain your battery. And so the last couple boats I've had a 3-bank charger. So at the end of the day, it's just a matter you plug it in, and this is nice. It's got the plug-in right at the front. Yeah, you charge everything up, and then the next morning, every battery's at 100%, and you're good to go for another full day. Well, that's a quick review of our boat. We hope you enjoyed it. We're really excited and can't wait to get it out on the water. We picked up our boat at AVO Marine in Winnipeg. We actually met Larry, I think he's the owner-operator, at the Winnipeg Boat Show, and very knowledgeable, great staff at his building. And when we went down there and we picked up the boat, he took his time, he went through it with us and made sure we understood everything about the boat we were getting, and made sure that when we left, we were comfortable and we're happy. And you can't ask for anything more with that. So highly recommend AVO Marine out of Winnipeg. Great dealership, great people to deal with.
Yep.
So can't wait to get this sucker out on the lake and do some fishing. So until the next time, we'll catch you later.